Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to ATS Showcases. And today we are here in Guyman, Oklahoma, and we're going to head up to Dodge City today, hauling some grain in our ownable Load King Prestige grain hopper trailer. And we've returned to the International 9900i. It's been quite some time since I've driven this truck. It is a wonderful truck indeed, and a nice blue metallic on it today. I think it looks really nice with the chrome and the bigger bumper on it with the little bar on there. Looks really good if you ask me. But it's special today because it is powered by a CAT C15 ACERT engine, a straight pipe version by Jerry, which is an amazing free engine mod that can be found on the Steam Workshop. So I'll have the link for that down in the description below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this 9900i started up and get on the road. Amazing sounds indeed. Let's go ahead and hop in the inside and get rolling. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. Great to be back here in American Truck Simulator, and great to be back in the 9900i, a truck that I haven't done actually admittedly for quite some time. It's been a little while since I've driven this truck, but it's great to be back here in it and paired with an amazing sound mod. And as we pull out here, we're gonna just, well, I'm gonna stop talking. Well, some of you want me to do that more often, and well, here's your day for that. So as we pull out here, let's listen to this wonderful engine. Pretty good if you ask me. Wonderful engine sound once again by Jerry. The link for that is down in the description below, as I mentioned just previously. Amazing free sound mod that is available in the Steam Workshop as per the tradition here. With pretty much every mod that I cover, it's always on the Steam Workshop, let's be honest, unless if there's a very rare occasion where it is not. Oh, we got to stop for the train. We better do that today. Don't want to get hit by it. Don't know where the train's coming from though. Is it from our right-hand side or the left-hand side? Don't really know. Is it over here? I hear it somewhere. Is that the train there? Yeah, there it is. Great to see another train here in ATS. Always good to see that. And yes, it's great to be back here in Oklahoma and heading up into Kansas with grain. I mean, we have to. It's kind of an agricultural side of things here in this part of the U.S. And I thought it'd be really good to be driving with and hauling goods with the Load King Prestige trailer, the grain hopper trailer that you, for those who've been around here a while, have seen this trailer before in some different configurations, but it is a wonderful trailer. I really do like it. And I haven't actually done a Load King trailer recently, as far as I can recall. We're going to go ahead and get out here and get rolling. There's a few things we've got to talk about today. A couple things on the blog post side of things, and also kind of event side here in ATS as well. And we'll get over to the right lane here once we get through this intersection. Four-way stop. We've always got to love it. Is that car going to go ahead? I think he is. Yep. Awesome stuff. Let's go ahead and roll through. And yeah, there's a few things here in American Truck Simulator. So first and foremost, the Holland Hearts event. That is a new community event for, of course, Valentine's Day. So that you can expect an episode on that event, well, on Valentine's Day itself. As far as I know, I'll be able to get an episode out for that. That is my goal. I will be recording that actually pretty soon, given the time as of recording this video. We're getting pretty close to it. So I'll be recording that video for it very soon. So hopefully that goes up on Valentine's Day itself, as it would actually kind of follow a normal upload schedule for me anyway, so I should be able to handle that no problem at all. However, there's a bigger blog post and a bigger topic that kind of is almost near and dear to my heart in terms of core values. The SES software released just in the past week here, and it's something that I definitely wanted to talk about a little bit in a longer form content, but I didn't feel it was right to do oh, there's a truck pulled over there. Must have been speeding a little bit as I'm just drifting across the lane, rubbernecking around. Oh boy, gotta love it. Gotta love it indeed. However, the blog post was on basically the legitimacy of info that is out there in the ATS and ETS2 world in terms of content creators and also other websites and so on that have been distributing news and giving opinions on things, or doing, in the bigger things, prediction and various content that is all speculative. See, this is something that, as I mentioned in the community post, I felt that was probably the best way for me to kind of do a pretty quick summary and reaction to the post in a more immediate form without doing a dedicated video on it right away and basically going off on a full rant. And that's what this part of this video is for. And I'm going to try and keep it more concise if all possible. I don't even know if it will, but anyways. Point is, that blog post talking about the extreme speculation that has been happening around the ATS and ATS2 community, more so recently than ever. And I mean, some of you will definitely know of on the YouTube side some specific channels that are more known for their speculative content, which let's say in doses or in certain quantities is fine, except there has been a pretty clear line pretty much just crossed verbatim that SES Software has now basically reacted to, although not naming out names. There is a lot of content out there that is straight up misinformation and not great for the community. So in the blog post, of course, it rightfully mentioned for the most accurate information to follow the SES socials, sorry. And of course the blog post, all those kind of things, the official sources of any news coming for the game, considering they're the only ones that actually know what is coming, besides the things that are confirmed for the rest of the community. However, it also basically mentioned along some of their posts that, you know, that some of the more reliable creators, and I know there were some comments and stuff saying that, well, these channels are really good and so on, which, by the way, I was able to find because of the wonderful feature within YouTube for us content creators about mentions. Oh, that didn't want to go to the exterior view. Let's try and do that again. The wonderful feature about YouTube with content creators is the mentions tab. So anytime someone does, for example, an @Prime Simulation in a comment or something like that, I can kind of see that, which is very wonderful. But I was really, really happy to see that there were comments across YouTube, and I mean, this is kind of similar story for a lot of things. Thank you for all the support with Prime News and around the channel. I do appreciate everyone who shares the same values as I do, which is just sharing the truth and not having to deal with all the speculation-based content. That is just something that's never really been, well, it just hasn't been my cup of tea. I've never enjoyed really listening and watching a bunch of speculation content, because at the end of the day, it's generally not correct, and there's a level of integrity there, especially with how I run Prime Simulation, and it's a direct reflection of myself. I want to make sure that I hold a very high standard, and something that I don't want to just say something to the community, say, oh, it's going to come at this point in time or whatever, and then ultimately have it being wrong. And if it was wrong, honestly, then it should just stay up the way it is. However, there are a number of channels, and I'm not going to point anyone in particular. There's a number of news streams and so on. It's a very common thing, unfortunately, with speculation-based content. It's all for the views and clicks, or most of the time, because unfortunately that's what gets numbers. All the crazy clicks and all the clickbait basically, and all the crazy titles and thumbnails saying this is coming at this point in time or whatever, and then it is confirmed to be wrong, and all those videos get unlisted from YouTube, so they still get the money for it. However, there and the engagement from it, but there is no video proof once it is basically confirmed otherwise. That's a very unfortunate thing that happens, and that just shows a level of, in some ways, respect, at least in my eyes, to the community that they have, because at the end of the day, they're just trying to basically get people to click on the videos, which in some ways is smart, but in basically every other way violates, in my, a lot of personal morals of myself. I don't want to deceive people, and I also, if I'm going to make a mistake, which I do, of course, in these videos, I do misspeak at times, and I do try to make sure that I correct them, but I don't always catch everything. But I am not the person to be removing videos. In fact, I think the only videos I've ever removed from the channel were ones for select giveaways. Not all of them, but select giveaways, just so then people aren't confused about, even though, for example, in those shorts or videos, it was mentioned about, you know, a deadline or so on and so forth. Generally, people can still get confused on that, and I don't want, I just that was long past its time. It wasn't removed right away by any means, but it had been well served, and I decided to remove it. So then moving forward, there was no confusion, even for something that, for example, is in 2021 and not 2024 or beyond. But anyways, point is, if you're going to make a mistake or say and ride the train of going one way or the other, probably should leave that content out there. Just saying. And say, it has been confirmed to be this and whatever. Don't try and basically cover up and say that it never existed. That's just not quite right. So that's why a long time ago I created Prime News, because I was getting tired of constantly seeing around the ATS and ETS2 world so much speculation-based content in what I'll say flaky, basically consistency in terms of what is actual confirmed content and what is stuff that is just all speculation. And I got really tired of that, so I decided to create Prime News for people like me who like to see video forms of a blog post, basically. But it's just straight up confirmed information. I am not one to make speculation-based content, and if there are any things that I say, what could be coming up? It's a question. For example, some of the Prime News, what I class videos that I've done in the past, where it's like, what states are coming next? After Texas or whatever, some of the other popular states that I've done in the past, well, there's a pretty clear thing in that. Yes, some people will, there have been a few people that would say, well, maybe is that kind of clickbaity? Well, it's not purposeful. However, I guess, yes, in hindsight, some of the videos can kind of look like it's, what are coming next? And it's more saying as it is, but I put question marks in the titles for a reason. What states are coming next? That is basically the length of the any form of speculation content that I've ever made. And in fact, within the videos, it's once again made very clear that it's for basically a conversation, and it's a lot of interaction. I'm asking the viewers, what you think. What do you think is coming up next? That kind of stuff. Those are the kind of things that, well, make sense. It's more of an interaction, gets built a lot of excitement and a lot of discussion, positive and sometimes negative, about a potential upcoming DLC, and that's the kind of stuff that what quote-unquote speculation can be. And of course, I always would make it very clear, and I will always make things clear if I am giving it an opinion on something that's coming up, that it is an opinion and that it is not confirmed. Anyone who's watched those videos will know what I kind of stand for in that, and how I run those is that by no means a clickbaity whatever. That's just the way it is. So, long story short, because I understand this was not kept concise at all, I just decided to go on a bit of a rant here, but it kind of needed to happen because I couldn't do it in the community post and I didn't want to. But I do appreciate everyone who will listen to this. However, I do appreciate also support on Prime News, and I appreciate that there's a lot of you out there in the best community ever, in the Prime Timer community, that enjoy just what's confirmed and positive discussion about what could potentially coming up next, but it's not a this is coming in this update. Just a what do you think? That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy. That's the kind of stuff I'm going to continue to do, and I do appreciate that. And what I was going to get back to was the whole comments thing, was what I could see. Thank you to everyone who was putting in comments on some posts about this, praising or giving compliments to the channel. I do appreciate that, and recommending in some cases, but especially the compliments and saying that's why I really enjoy your channel. That's the kind of stuff that I really like to see, and it gives me hope that there's a lot of people out there that do just enjoy the no fluff, just give me the information kind of thing. I understand at times I've done different experimentation with Prime News and the format that I do in terms of commentary. Keep in mind that those videos are not scripted, believe it or not. Those videos are recorded off the cuff. That is just how I record them. Yes, a lot of them sound the same because I have kind of this mental image of what I'm going to basically create this video of. However, all the audio is always recorded first, and then the videos are done afterwards. So that is how that works. and it is all off the cuff. There is no script written. I just read over the blog post, study it a bit, and then go from there. That is basically how Prime News works. It's just paraphrasing information, talking about the excitement of whatever the content is, and that is it. Straight to the cut, or straight to the chase, just news, the way it should be. And I do appreciate everyone who has supported that and continues to, as I said. It is really, really great. And Prime News is not going anywhere, my friends. And it'll be interesting to see how and if things change on YouTube and the various social platforms after this post, because it seems like there could be some action done. I don't know. It was, of course, a very proper diplomatic post. All credits to STS Software. They did a great job at wording it. However, it is true, because although people have the right to create content on whatever they want to do, there should be some form of moral standard held, or at least you would hope. And I guess at the end of the day, that shows, and what I hinted to in some, I believe in my community post, is motivation of of a content creator. I think a lot of you who have been watching videos on YouTube for quite some time can probably tell, actually probably the lane's merging here, so I guess I can actually stay over here. You can tell pretty quickly what a motivation of a content creator is, generally speaking, based off of the content they make. Is it very clickbaity? Is it just trying to get a bunch of attention, or are they actually having fun? Admittedly, there have been times, even on my journey here on YouTube thus far, that I probably shouldn't have recorded a video because I was not in the right mindset to record it. And I apologize if this video today is a little bit here and there, even commentary-wise. Sometimes when I go off on these rants, it kind of goes all haywire here, and that's the way it is. But I am human, and that's kind of the point of these videos too, to kind of discuss important topics. And today is a little bit more of a serious one, although it kind of is funny at the same time, because it doesn't actually affect me. Let's face it, there was no one being called out specifically, but it's interesting in some ways how situations like this, although need to be said, also then give more credit to those who have been doing wrong, which is unfortunate. But it's also a good chance for the community to be aware of said creators when the rest of the community is talking about it, and basically saying that you may not want to listen to them because you're just getting a lot of hope up for no reason. And I do feel for STS Software at times too, because I know from a lot of their live streams, they get bombarded with questions about saying, you know, this is coming and this is that or whatever. And I mean, some of them they'll answer and some of them they just won't, because at the end of the day, they know what's coming. But I feel bad for them because there is a lot of content that is brought out of thin air, and saying that this is going to come for ATS or ETS2, and then it's almost presumed like it will, even though it may not, and that's just the way it is. And also when it comes to, there's been some pretty extreme speculations, and that was where the blog post was really going at. It was very much worded more towards the whole ATS and ETS2 ending, for example. I know there have been some crazy speculations about, you know, ATS2 or an ETS2 3 or ETS3 kind of situation. I have no idea where that would come from. Seems like STS Software is quite content in not doing that again, but that is their decision to make. But from what I can tell, it very much seems like it is more of a, you know, they're going to keep updating these games because they're really good, and there's no need to do major changes. Just simple as that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see at the end of the day, and we'll hope for the best that a lot of the speculation stuff starts to maybe taper out just a little bit. I do apologize for those who enjoy speculation-based content. Hopefully the speculation-based content that you do enjoy is not too far out there, though, and it's more of just similar to, for example, what states could be coming next. That kind of speculation, because that is a broad term. I understand that. However, there kind of needs to be a bit of an underlying understanding, basically, of what should be expected from speculation-based content. But anyways, that's enough ranting for me here. We're pulling into the delivery point here, and there's their spot right there, actually. Oh, come on, Prime. This same block. I've done this before. I don't know if it's on video or not. I've done that before at these grain hoppers when I was doing stuff in Kansas a lot when it first released, both in early access for some fortunate content creators, including myself, and also when it released officially. I hit that block before. That is not the first time. I think actually the first time I did it my custom W900, so I don't know if that's on camera or not, but highly unfortunate though. And I always forget about it, which is, once again, annoying. But that's fine. That's my bad. So let's see if we can get back here. I don't think I'm even remotely close. Well, actually, it's not bad. It's not great, don't get me wrong. But I think we'll take it. You know what? All things considered today, I think we'll take it. Yeah, okay, it's bad. But it's in the middle of nowhere. I don't understand why I'd be delivering the grain hopper trailer, which stuff comes out the bottom, not over the grain pit. Oh, there's a trailer sitting on the grain pit. Oh, genius. Oh, maybe. Okay, well, or one of them at least. Whatever. That's fine. You know, classic delivery locations. We've had this here in the past. Let's go ahead and shut off the truck, though. I do apologize. I completely ranted over top of this engine mod today. I will use this engine mod again in another video, so don't you worry about that. Probably, maybe even next episode, I'll do it again and maybe give more chances for listening to it, because this one took a bit of a turn in terms of my rant on the topic, but I felt it was very important to do that because, well, it's an important topic, an important moral thing, and hopefully the ATS community can agree that it's really nice just to have more confirmed things or positive discussion about things that we want to see, not trying to say that something is coming even though it's not, just to get views basically. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. What a great episode besides my massive rant, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.